long time. He says, but the moment you get into the spirit, he says, time loses its power. And so what happened was, heaven was simply eternity by itself. Everything revolved itself. There's an anointing called the Ishkas anointing. Just throwing a footnote before the main course. And the Ishkas anointing is the throne room anointing, where the angels fly forward and the angels and the elders throw their crown at the feet of Christ. Then you have what you call the Kratos anointing. The Kratos anointing is the manifested power of God. In other words, it gives what God said to you a facelift. That means now it's tangible. I can touch it, feel it, see it, admire it, utilize what's always been there. Listen to God through me. So what God is saying to us today is, I want you to get into the spirit realm. God said what I did was I reached down into eternity and pushed it backwards in opposite directions. And I stuck time in the middle. That's why when you come from the spiritual realm, you're not identified until 9 months of incubation. That simply means 9 months of incubation, and then you are called a newborn. But why not 9 months and 1 day when you're born? It's because the moment and the time God took to process you, he could not get no glory. Look at your neighbor and say, dead time. Dead time. That means when you backslid, the clock stopped in the spirit realm. When you turned away from God, the clock stopped. In other words, stop saying that you should be further. You can be no further than what you are, because the moment you came out of the will of God, God stopped the wheel time, waited for you to get back in the wheel, and told time to handle its business. That means I'm closer to what God said than I've ever been before. So I prophesy to your loins, your sisters, your reproductive gifts. You will survive. With 2, 3 members, 4 armor bearers, and no congregation to preach to, you will survive. Worldwide mantle, but no explanation. You will survive. We're getting ready to go into the worship realm.